Warwick ban.
It's better than waiting for inspiration.
Okay, I gotta mute Takaji. It's too loud. Sorry, Takaji. Okay.
I wonder if Chase will go back to playing Rise.
I don't understand bans. Who's the
I only see
Warwick
the Warwick.
for? Can any of them even play Warwick? Who the fuck fears Warwick? Ash is clearly for Leonard, I mean, right? Because he's Nick's brother, so he's got Nick's talent at 80 carry. That's how that works. It's genetics. That's why Koreans are so good at League of Legends.
The math checks out.
Riven banned for Fierce, because Fierce only plays Riven. Mai is just the easy mode ban. I'm pretty sure it's just like a blanket ban. But that leaves OP broken champions like Gragas and Rek'Sai up, so this will be an interesting rotation. Because the red team here has to ban Hecarim. Or not.
You should take the Rise, right?
I don't know, man. There's
Isn't Rise broken? And Chase used the main Rise.
that's true, but Hecarim's up, Gragas is up, Rek'Sai's up, Kallista's up. All of these huge bombs are up, and they're picking Quinn for Kiri. This is the worst drafting phase I've ever seen in my life. If YellowPaco's team was smart here, they'd pick up Gragas. And potentially Gnar or Hecarim. The Gnar should be able to match the Quinn. Hecarim will likely get bullied, but outscale. That's a Rengar. Please don't pick that when Gragas is up. Callista as well is up. And that's a Yasuo.
The Echo's up. Please don't play us.
I don't even understand.
Like,
Well, I mean, what the fuck? Where's the... Okay, it's Fiora jungle. If he locks this in. Because we know Kiri's going top, right?
no, it could be Fiora mid to beat Yasuo.
That's true. Fiora's generally pretty good against Kha'Zix as well. But there's no frontline on this team.
You don't need frontline when you got damage!
I'm just biased towards Fiora. That is all. Yeah, it does well, it does really bad.
Oh, there's the Echo. That's good.
Champion's pretty broken. If you know what I'm playing.
John was getting the Nautilus. It's a really strong pick against this Thresh.
Oh, it does look like it's going to be an Echo jungle. And a Thresh support.
Also really good in the lane swap. Also really good with the Yasuo.
I would like to see Echo mid versus Yasuo. You can just kill him level 2, right?
The Nautilus?
No, Echo, like,
Echo,
kills
yeah.
Yasuo.
Oh, I'm sure the Echo's mid. I'm pretty sure they're swapping. I don't like this Kog'Maw here. Kog'Maw Nautilus isn't exactly what you want in a lane. When Kallista's up. Like, you could have a monster like Callista and the Nautilus. That's pretty much like you got everything you wanted in bot lane. Or Jinx, even. But he takes the Kog'Maw.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Well, it is Hawaii. It's Hawaii drafting, right? That's really strong. Oh. Wow. Oh, go back to the Caitlyn. Or the Jinx. Ballista's also fine. Kiri instant locks Zareth, so that is an Echo jungle.
I think the Corki is the way to go.
I don't like the Corki. Because then your team comp is slightly, autistic.
It's already
For
shit.
lack of a better word. Well, the other team comp is shit too. At least they have a tank. Like, I feel like the Jinx is better since they have a pick comp. Getting that one kill is gonna really matter with her passive. That... Oh, there's no way he's gonna pick another AD carry. Alright. Unless it's a YellowPaco. I guess it's a YellowPaco top Yasuo. Not exactly something you want to see. If they're gonna go with another damage dealer, they should pick one that can get in. Ezreal is a good option. That's a Ethan Kog'Maw, isn't it?
Yeah, going on, man.
Disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah, Ezreal's good here since he can get in at least. Against our no frontline team. It's pretty good. Can escape from the Echo all in. Vulnerable to Kiri though. Also vulnerable to Chase. Interesting. They're really just gonna have to rely on genre here. Like they just put all of the playmaking onto genre.
I think that's also going to be a highlight lane besides the
Yeah.
bot.
They could be doing this at the very last second to throw us all off.
Or they switch computers. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Let me see. No,
No, I don't think so. Could that be a Quinn top?
I think he's disrespecting Kiri,
I
saying,
think
I
he
can
is.
play Quinn better
I think
than
he
you.
is. I think he's saying that. Let's see, there's 7 seconds left. Will they... Right.
Alright, that's good insight, good
That's
insight.
very good insight.
So what's your plan going into the game? Oh, actually, you might not want to discuss that.
Whatever Impact did.
Alright,
Well
that sounds
said.
like a really good game
Well
plan.
said, it is clear that Fierce will be playing Quinn top.
I guess so. I guess he said, Kiri, hey, I could play Quinn top against YellowPaco.
I'm pretty sure.
I really think genre's making a big mistake here with Ignite instead of Exhaust. against a team with 4 damage dealers. Being able to exhaust combo damage dealers like Echo.
Yeah, Echo.
Actually, when we were playing against Cheston, I exhausted Cheston and he still one-shot Menthol, so... I don't know, but I still think it's a good idea, in general, to have exhaust. The Kog'Maw could pick up exhaust.
If it was like a Graves or something, I would take the Ignite, but
Yeah.
Ezreal's not really like all in.
It's gonna be rough, too. If Leonard gets caught with a hook, and he doesn't E out immediately to cancel it, he's probably gonna die. There's no exhaust to protect him. That's a lot of pressure on the Ezreal. Actually, that's a lot of pressure on the entire team. A mid-roam, hooking the Kog'Maw likely means it's a dead Kog'Maw. Here he just lines up all his spells. I don't know, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird game. Maybe this risky killer guy gets really big, uses his resets. But I'm pretty sure Chase takes top lane easy.
Yeah, Chase wins top. Mid's probably early Zerath, mid Cog.
Yeah, the cog doesn't have an impact till 13 minutes. Kind of like
No.
the Ethan play. Except Ethan
Echo's
plays that
damage
every
is
champion.
like insane from level 2 on.
Yep. He's jungling too, so that's gonna be everywhere. His jungle's actually pretty decent. His ganks aren't the greatest, but you don't necessarily need to have very good ganks if all of your lanes win. And from the looks of it, all of their lanes do have a distinct advantage except for bot lane. Where they have a partial advantage in the sense that the Nautilus doesn't have exhaust. And Ezreal is Ezreal. They rearranged. Some questionable things going on here. The Echo opts to take a red trinket level 1 instead of a yellow trinket. So that's going to weaken their 5-point defense. Unless, of course, they're invading, which is also an odd choice. Both Nautilus and the Thresh take the Nomad coin, which is very poor itemization from both of them. It's the least efficient gold item out of all these support items. You're better off with a Doran's shield. But Targon's is really the important thing, especially for Nautilus. It gives him a lot of stats he needs. Thresh, it's not as important, but still the best choice for income. So not seeing that's very odd. And Kog'Maw with no Dorans, going for like an early tier. Very weird. I'm pretty sure even Ethan gets the Dorans. Very suspect. And there's zero aggression going on here. Not exactly something you want to see in a LAN game. Hawaii, when half of your play is based on cheese. For whatever reason, I can't check YellowPaco's stats.
Is he just visiting?
Genre is last hitting minions with no Targons. Like, Genre has a creep right now. That's really odd. And Chase is absolutely shitting on Reginald in middle. Echo is dying at his blue from a bad leash. Genre, what are you doing? Genre, stop it!
Zerath beats Yasuo too.
Yep. Oh, there's Genre. Abusing the Nautilus finally. First blood.
You're like 15 seconds ahead.
Xerath's W isn't blocked, right? Or is it the Q?
The only thing that gets blocked is the stun.
Yeah, because his others are simultaneous, like Lux Ultimate.
Yeah.
I still think the Quinn would have been a better matchup, though. Oh, I should switch these. They have gone to different lanes. Like, there's already a huge gold difference in mid, as far as early game goes. The Echo is struggling in his jungle. Like, he had to recall, so that blue buff duration is gone. Kha'Zix is a level ahead of him. Taking us red. Gonna be a sick gank. Likely on top, maybe on mid. Likely top though, since Hentai is using all of his mana for no reason. Like, he's using all his mana to keep the wave from not touching the tower. Echo here crosses over a ward, despite starting with the red trinket, so really, really poor play. Like, he should have immediately red trinketed that. There, now he sees it, but it's too late. He's just wasted even more time than he already had from the recall. Kha'Zix is up in item, and up in farm, and up in level. Echo's just really doing nothing. He's just kind of going around in circles.
But he's Echo. He's OP.
He's OP when you actually do things, but when you don't do
Yeah.
anything, he's I can't think of a terrible champion that doesn't do anything. So
Gangplank.
no, but Master Dragon King plays him in high elo. Plays Gangplank and ruins all of my games by being terrible. YellowPaco is getting his shit pushed in right now. Kiri is like calling for ganks, but it's way too late to call for a gank since he's pushed the wave. The entire red side's getting absolutely forced back, and the Kha'Zix, despite having a lead, is just running out his red buff doing nothing. He's just in the bush, and now he's going to recall. He's going to lose that entire red buff. He should just force the gank middle right now. He can 1v1 chase. He's Kha'Zix. But doing nothing just means the red buff is wasted. Echo is flanking as well. They could dive Hentai here and get a free kill. Even though Echo is only level 3. He fucked up his spells. Hentai early, like really, really early barriers, and that probably saved him, which is pretty pathetic. And Echo burnt his flash for no reason as well. And despite having first blood, there's still only a 300 gold advantage to red side.
Yeah.
Because Kiri is absolutely dominating top lane, and FlERCE is absolutely dominating mid lane. YellowPaco is going ham
good right now.
but he shouldn't get anything out of this since he has to teleport. Oh, Kiri stopped. He stopped moving. Really poor play by Kiri. If he hadn't stopped to auto attack there, he would have likely lived and gotten the kill.
Huh?
So the tide's turn there. Yasuo is starting a very non-lane dominant item. The Avarice Blade is his first item. It'll help him get a little bit gold back, but it's not enough to be impactful. And he's getting a Ruby Crystal, so really weird itemization. Echo still has not backed to buy his jungle item. So he'll have more gold on his back, but if you take into account the fact that Kha'Zix has gotten 10 more creeps already by actually using his jungle item, it's a pretty big disparity. Yeah, it's 500 gold. This is a 500 gold difference between the junglers. And also a level difference. Kha'Zix is going to hit 6 very soon. Echo's just hit 4. And I think Risky Kill is making a very big mistake here. Oh. Never mind. For whatever reason, Chase didn't have the semblance to go over the wall and kill him. Like, he was there from the way Kog'Maw was moving.
Yeah. Probably just thought he was like higher HP.
Either way, I think he still could have won that fight. And Echo opts to get Blue Smite, which is pretty mediocre. Could have gotten Purple Smite and farmed faster. ganked more, which is what he needs. Kiri's overextended, no mana, but nothing's gonna come of it because of the slow rotation and the ward. Oh, Leonard. Brizologist wastes his ult. The cooldown's not that big of a deal since he did itemize correctly and got the tier. But still, that ult could have been used to pressure other lanes. Could have been used to push farther. YellowPaco's getting wrecked here. Failed gank as well. If YellowPaco stays, he's likely dead to chase. I don't see FlERCE fucking up the dive if YellowPaco stays. Yeah, he's just gonna force him out. Genre and Brizologist are really red team's only hope right now. And they are crushing bot lane pretty hard. With no ganks from the Echo, despite being very pushed up the entire game. They were pushed up from level 1. And there has been no successful gank. He's gonna cross over a ward again. At least this time he sweeps it. But in that case, I think a quick sweep into a lantern pull and the Thresh landing the hook would have been the best way to do that. Just to disable with the sweep rather than to clear. But the hook was failed, the lantern wasn't thrown, and the Echo wasted time killing the ward. YellowPaco is getting taken to town here by FlERCE as well. YellowPaco's dead. Oh. Wow. That was actually pretty impressive by YellowPaco, but ended with him dying anyway. Kiri's getting free farm in mid because Kog'Maw is always in base. 40 CS difference. Pretty big. Standard TCG bot lanes over here.
Yeah.
Just doing ridiculous things. Dying. Leonard should be dead, yep. So Echo finally has impact, but it's a little late. He gets the shutdown gold, but I don't think you really want that gold on Echo opposed to on Jinx. The Jinx is behind a lot. The Echo's just barely behind at this point because the Kha'Zix has been wasting time. He's still wasting time right now. He should be going in, but he's playing around in the bush. Kiri should be 100% dead here as well, but they just stop. He's still in there. He burned Flash Ghost. See, they're gonna give up with a kill here. Oh, Kiri missed. But they shouldn't have been in a spot to get ganked from this side, when they could have been over here. Really silly play from both teams again.
The fuck is that all? I'm like 10 seconds behind you.
Yeah, the Echo.
So I'm watching it all on the stream. Yeah, that Echo ult was pretty retarded.
Yeah, they shouldn't have even been there. They should have been on the top side jungle. So that's really weird. Oh, Kha'Zix is also doing a really big mistake that Hawaii junglers do, and that's keeping his yellow trinket instead of switching to a red trinket.
Yo, Yasuo's getting Sunfire.
Yeah, he's getting wrecked by by FlERCE. So I think he's just doing whatever he can at this point. That's gonna set his actual damage items back a lot, and it's likely gonna make him worthless in the game. No IE, no Shiv yet. All delayed by 1,000 gold at least. That's really bad. He could have a Shiv right now. If he didn't buy the boots, didn't buy the 1,000 gold fire thing. I can't remember its name. They're doing Dragon on a ward, but there is no sign of reprisal from the blue team. Chase is top lane. He has TP, but it's way too late. Kha'Zix fails the smite, and they're likely going to get cleaned up here. Except Fierce doesn't know how to micro his character, and stands in knockups. YellowPaco should be dead here. Yeah. That flash was unnecessary. She was already through the wall. John forced the flash.
It's close.
There's a pink ward in this bottom bush that's been here
Yeah,
forever.
I see it collected minutes.
Turret's dead, but does it even matter? Yasuo TP's in because Kiri's getting really over aggressive. Kiri should be dead here, but it likely comes at the cost of Yasuo's life as well. Ooh. Or not. That's really awkward play. They allowed him to be in a position to wind wall off all of their damage. This is just so sloppy.
Yeah.
The Echo ult does nothing there. Fierce is gonna wreck this guy and get doubles. There shouldn't be any way for him to escape, yeah. Trying to stealth against the Quinn, pretty poor idea. And look at Ethan here, in middle, doing nothing.
It is Ethan after all.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, he's like Ethan if Ethan couldn't farm. Like if Ethan missed last hits.
I think Quinn's too fed for them to win. With how glass they are.
Yeah, it's really gonna rely on it's on Chase to lose this game, pretty much. Like the last two fights Chase was in, excluding the one where they wiped them, Chase fucked up and died. So it's really on Chase to continue fucking up for them to lose here. They're all topside while bot's getting pushed. That's really weird as well. Kiri's just gonna walk up into melee range and get ulted. That ult needed to be saved for Fierce though, because Kiri doesn't do any damage. Like everything should be focused on Fierce every fight. That's how they're gonna win. YellowPaco goes ham on Fierce, but he's not able to follow up, and he's slowed down on his... It was a poor flash play. He gets stunned right after. It's a little depressing for the red team. But they do manage to pick it up in the end. Although it was much more sloppy than it should have been. YellowPaco is actually incredibly fed for a guy who has a Bami's Cinder. But assuming Chase keeps making mistakes, the red team can win this. In fact, the gold lead is pretty much even now, has disappeared. In theory here, the blue team should have superior vision control, but they don't. It's very curious how they're losing in vision when they haven't upgraded yellow trinket. And 3 reds. Where you look over here and you see red team has everything warded on the bot side. Their control on top lane, on top side is lacking, but they don't really need to control top if they're controlling bottom this dominantly. They should be staying to push middle. This is a really weird rotation that they're kind of like playing around with after red buff. Especially when Dragon's coming up. Like, they should have pushed that mid in and gone for Dragon. Instead, they're just gonna die in red side's top jungle.
Yeah.
Like, they're either not managing their Dragon timer, or they're just really stupid. FlERCE is going to try to clean up that fight. What a madman. Maybe he'll try to pick them at Dragon. It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. It won't be very hard for Genre to peel FlERCE. Except the red team doesn't rotate. They're just doing nothing. Like, Yasuo's going for the top lane over the Dragon. I don't think Paco understands that they have one dragon buff. The first dragon is the most significant in terms of what it gives until the last one. So preventing blue team from getting a dragon is really important, but I think Paco is just prioritizing the top turret. Blue team should be able to take this, but yeah, there's Kiri just picking the jungler. Now there's no way the Echo can't take it, unless the Echo goes and dies. I really don't understand what's going on here. Red team needs to leave. Their jungler's dead. YellowPaco did get a lot out of that, though. A surprisingly large amount for a guy who doesn't actually have damage items. But FlERCE is going to kill him here, so he fails to get inhibitor turret. And actually the dragon fight here is falling apart because of Ethan's poke. And as I say that, he gets picked off by the Jinx. Kiri should also be dead here, yep. This game's really just a bloodbath and going consistently back and forth.
Yeah.
Red team is a little bit ahead in gold, but not much. Not a significant amount, and this Echo should be dead, 100%. But the Q, he doesn't Q in time. Either that or he hasn't upgraded it. Which would be just an insane thing to think of. Oh, he hasn't upgraded his Q because he's level 10. That's really weird. Why is everyone so low level? Chase is the only one who's the level he's supposed to be. Wow. That Echo's getting chunked hard from every spell. Oh. The Thresh plays the Ezreal out of the W, almost saving him.
God damn the Kog'Maw damage.
Yeah, the Kog'Maw damage is huge. Honestly, that's only as long as he's allowed to sit back and be a siege tank. Fierce can easily walk over to him and kill him, so can Echo. But for whatever reason, they're playing their team fights so safely when they don't have to. And another consequence of that Kog'Maw damage being so high is the fact that they can't build the armor to counter the entire rest of the team. 3 AD damage champions, but they have to build MR for the Kog'Maw, and no Aegis being up on the blue side really hurts them a lot here. Like, the Thresh is going Righteous after he already has Talisman of Ascension. YellowPaco is just picking on this poor Jinx who just didn't ward and stayed in a bad spot. If she had a blue trinket, she could have lived that. She would have preemptively blued it. Fierce is getting caught out. Very poor play. YellowPaco is just going to split push this entire game. And it's on the Echo to stop him. And it looks like it should be successful since YellowPaco does not dodge spells. And the Echo has half of his core build. He's going to delay the rest for...
Oh, damn. Paco.
Yeah.
And straight on top of the ult.
Maybe he thought he could wall it. I don't know. Kiri should be dead here. Yeah. They're just trading kills in the most retarded fashions I can think of. It's like a silver solo queue game. Or it's like when we play Counter-Strike. Everyone's just shooting a different target and it creates like the circle of life and death. Usually bloodbath games like this are exciting. This is not very exciting, it's actually just disappointing. YellowPaco has finished his Sunfire Cape though. Likely his next item will be the Last Whisper. Let's check what he's got here. I still can't check his stats for whatever reason. I'm curious to see if he has the 5% from his runes to make him have 100% from passive.
Oh, Brizologist.
Oh, the alts? Yeah. This game is so backwards. It shouldn't be this even. With the CS, the CS advantage that they had early game, there's no way it should be this even. But they just like let up off the gas pedal. They don't pressure objectives. They gave up a free dragon so they could feed in the topside jungle. So this is really blue team throwing this game pretty epically. Echo just gets murdered at the Baron. He's forced to back off. Leaving red side at an advantage here to press for another dragon. Thresh blatantly cues into a wind wall that's been up for a full second. Oh, Leonard. Like, when you see someone coming, you shouldn't die. You had the knowledge they would be there. Genre chooses a really poor way to enter lane. Takes a lot of poke damage. Hentai is still yet to finish his Archangels. He has a fully charged tier, yet hasn't finished it. And he's getting a needlessly large rod, which is again really poor itemization. That rod's either going into a Zanya's, which is helpful, or a Rabadon's, which is terrible. Like a pre-Void Staff Rabadon's is really bad. The Void Staff provides significantly more damage.
Even when they don't have any MR?
Yeah, even if you already do true damage, it'll provide more damage overall. For its gold cost. That's the thing. The death cap's really expensive, and it scales on the AP that you already have. I'm still more concerned with how terrible this Thresh build is, though, versus anyone else's build. I can forgive the Sunfire Cape because he was getting wrecked, and now he's split pushing, so the Sunfire Cape is useful. I can forgive no Void Staff on either of these mid laners. What I cannot forgive is a Thresh who goes Righteous Glory Talisman of Ascension.
Just gotta go fast, man. Oh, wow.
And also, Genre makes a really weird decision to sell his Nomad for a Relic Shield. You're a little past the point. If you were going to sell it, you should probably get anything else than a support item. He's also really late on upgrading his Red Sweeper. Then again, so is everyone on the enemy team. They have 3 sweepers. None of them are upgraded for the Kazakhs. Less than 300 gold, people. That Righteous Glory is just so bad. Like, it's setting him back a Mikhail's or an Aegis. 2 items that would be extremely beneficial to his team right now. I'm assuming he's low elo or just doesn't play Thresh or support in general.
Probably low elo.
Yeah. That Kaguma is getting a death cap. Oh, Echo, really poor play there. But Hentai gets picked off for free. Genre should also be dead here. Yep. YellowPaco left to split push top, maybe get the inhibitor turret. Unlikely, but maybe, since Echo has recalled and so has Jinx. YellowPaco recall TPs to try and defend it, but that's really just pointless. There's no way to defend that thing.
Yeah.
He's just gonna run in and die. As is the Kazakhs. Really poor decision making there from YellowPaco. Should have stayed bot, stayed top and at least tried to get that inhibitor out, or he should have recalled. Definitely shouldn't have TP'd to his death. A long bot wave pushing in favor of the blue side. This means they should be able to pressure Baron after these wards are covered. Echo's recalling on a ward that he saw, so he should be dead here. Except Genre misses the hook. But Reginald, Ethan, Hentai still manages to pick it up. Oh, Rosala just gets assassinated by this Quinn consistently. There's no vision for either team. FlERCE uses the Gromp to escape. It could have easily been followed with the Nautilus ult. They could have killed him. Genre being a little trigger shy, though. There isn't really a reason to when he has some CDR and you're in a position where you need to be using your spells to try and create something. Gold is basically even right now. Blue's a little ahead, but that's structure damage that can easily be answered. Structure gold, rather. Genre, please. That should be the end of the game. There was no reason for Genre to push out like that without vision when they're obviously there. There's nowhere else they could be except for Baron, which you have a ward at. Rosala just could have blue trinketed it. That's the right thing to do. But unfortunately, he chose not to. And
Yeah, if they lose from this point, there's something wrong.
yeah, I don't think it's possible to lose here, except like YellowPaco somehow out base racing them. I mean, we still have Nautilus ult up. That could create something. It goes on the Echo and they get a kill. They might be able to stop this, but it is a Quinn and a Jinx. YellowPaco doesn't know if he wants to recall or not, so it's likely the end. Yeah. I would say that was an interesting game, but it wasn't really. It was like a really low elo solo queue game where both teams don't really know what they're doing. If we check the damage, it's absolutely pathetic. The Thresh only has 3,500. The Kazakhs only has 2,100. The Kazakhs effectively did no damage that game. Outdamaged by Thresh, outdamaged by Nautilus. Jinx's damage is pathetically low for someone who actually was able to get some of her core items late game. It's like she wasn't auto-attacking. She basically fell into playing Corki. So, yeah, if she had picked Corki like you said, it would have suited her playstyle better. The playstyle of not really ever doing anything with your right click. The Kog'Maw actually pulled some pretty high damage despite how fucked he was in lane. And his poor itemization choices. Overall, very bad games from both teams. I thought YellowPaco might have been able to pull out the victory with his split pushing. He was the only one on their team level 18. But Rizologist got assassinated too many times. There was no front line to protect him. Genre could only do so much to protect him with his, I'll call it unique item build. Kazakhs did nothing. That was just like a really heavy weight. Not really much else to say there. There was no Aegis on either team. the Thresh put his team really far back, yet they still managed to win. No tanks and no defensive stats led to this just being like every team was just running with scissors. Like every player on both teams was running with scissors. And sometimes they trip and stab the other player before they stab themselves.
It's pretty accurate.